gonna do the first sail of 2022. So it's January and we're gonna see what it's like out there. It's kind of weird. The wind is blowing from the opposite direction. It's called the Santa Ana wind. So I've never sailed the Santa Ana winds before. So it's gonna be weird to see what happens. So we'll see. See, it's a nice sunny day. Look at that. Incredible day. So with nice wind, but from the wrong direction. Lots of boats getting ready to go out as well. So I don't know if there's a race or not. Okay, so they're all heading out. So many of them. Not sure what the race is. Not on the schedule. So we'll do something weird here. Right there. Clear, clear. You got it. Look at this nice sunny day. Weird wind, Santa Ana winds, but very nice sunny day. Look at that. Can you see the snow with this lens? Probably not.
It's not baldy.
I don't know. I don't know why these boats are going in slow motion here. They're like causing a traffic jam. We went into the middle of the channel here to put the main sheet up, and it's really weird because the wind is coming from the opposite direction. Anyway, the main south. White caps. White caps. It's fucking windy. Yeah. You mean the boat? Yes. It's tied down at the bow and the stern. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Santa Ana winds. I've never seen Santa Ana winds with this strong wind in the harbor here. Usually when there's Santa Ana winds, there's no wind in the harbor. No wind in the channel. Like in here, we broke a block. Oh my, it even ripped the, look at that, it ripped the...
Holy shit, you went right through it.
It ripped the sail cover. Wow, that's how windy it is.
That shouldn't happen.
So we took it down.
How the size of the blocks?
That is like, is the block still attached to the boom?
I'll leave it there. You can see it hanging.
Oh, it just opened up on the bottom.
Yeah, that's what, somewhere around here there should be the... No, wait, no, wait. That's break the plastic.
It kind of flipped open.
Yeah, but the round part's probably off.
It's gusting like, 20 knots, so so that's what happens when you go over the sail. 20 knots. Not really a big deal, but sailing this area for a long time now. A very long time. And Santa Ana winds usually is not a problem. When we have Santa Ana winds, with the winds coming from the shore from over there, normally we don't have any winds here. And the reason is because of those mountains there. So the mountains block the wind, and that includes the mountains from behind there that goes into San Fernando Valley. So usually in the basin, when there's Santa Ana winds, we don't get much wind here. So the wind is coming from the north. And this is like the weirdest effect I've seen here, where there's very strong winds here. I don't usually see that. So anyway, I didn't expect the main sheet to break. So the block broke. So what happened was there's a block on the mast and that broke. I guess couldn't handle the pressure. So no big deal. Replace the block, move on. So what happened was out there, the sail cover got into the block, so it kind of got eaten by the block, and that's why it broke. So, interesting thing here. I never even noticed that, so you gotta worry about that not getting into the block. That was the cause of it breaking. In the meantime, we're just gonna relax and not worry about it. Check it and see what it looks like.
Stay on the boat.
Okay. Oh yeah. About the same. I have an extra block. Wow, look at that. See this? Got eaten up. So I got to worry about this when it's in the way of the block. So yeah. It's all busted up. Block there. So we're going to try to use that. I think we can. Oh, this one. Sorry. Let's see if we can salvage the sail day. It's a minor problem. Although I don't like the fact that it ate the brand new sail cover. So yeah, it's kind of interesting doing repairs in the middle of the ocean here. But you want to salvage the afternoon. So a little excitement here. So I got to run the block again.
I must say, Rob, it's a peculiar rigging going from all the
Okay, wait. Let me just concentrate here. Here, can you reach? Can you reach that? Okay, bring it to the back. We're good. Okay, so. Okay, there we go. Main sheet's back in action. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see if I can get back there without falling off the boat. In 20 knots of wind. Actually, you can't even tell it's 20 knots of wind because the waves aren't that big. But it is 20 knots of wind. Again.
Alright, so that's locked at the moment until
Yeah. I'll unlock it myself at the right time. I'm gonna point to the wind now. And now we got a lot of room to do this. I don't have to worry about hitting anything because we're in the middle of the ocean.
Turn into the wind.
Yes, we have a lot of room to turn into the wind. Okay, there we are. We're into the wind now. Can't believe we're doing this twice. Looks good from here. Little window. Go ahead, do it fast. Enough that you know it's pretty windy. Rowing 20 knots. Yeah, 19.5 knots. Yeah. You can see the white cap. Well, you can't, white caps don't show well on video. But it's rowing 20. Oh, no, it's a very small. 18.5. You're right.
There's no reason.
Hey, look, it's gusting 20 plus here. It's like the boat just started to heel. Wow, look at the. I don't know. waves are flat, but it's very flat because there's no fetch. There's no fetch because the wind is coming from the shore. So very flat waves, but it's really, you know, it's kind of fun. You know, have 20 knots with no waves. That's kind of fun. Look at that. So waves coming from shore. That's all wind waves. That's from shore. That's just from a few miles from shore. That's 3 miles. 3 miles from shore, we're already getting a fetch here. 22 knots. 22 knots consistent. Whoa! Whoa! 25 knots. 25 knots now. I love going out at 25 knots like this. Boat's handling it well, except for that broken block. When do you get 25 knots with no waves? That's very unusual. Normally when you get 25 knots here, we have 8 to 10 feet of waves. And now we don't have that. Cool. Yeah, there's no fetch. Yeah, there's no fetch. That's why it's fantastic. It's kind of fun. Sometimes it drops to like 16 knots and then it kind of slows down and then now it's popping back up to 25. Really nice. Fun. So we're going like 25 knots. Sustained. Kind of getting crazy. We're headed back now. It is kind of crazy. There's a race going on too, so I like it for all the racers. Yeah, we're getting wet here. Getting wet. I'm like, my face is wet now. Here, check out the wave action here. So still between 20 to 25 knots. A little spray. Still amazed at the fact that we're doing this and there's not a lot of waves, just a lot of wind. Waves are okay. The race boat behind us, racing at 30 knots. Pretty cool. I wonder if you can even hear me with this wind noise. How are you doing there? Look at those white caps. Let's turn out of it. White cap show. White cap. Yeah, we rounded up. The autopilot couldn't handle it. Okay, we're on our way back. Wind is a little bit less at 16, 17 knots. Out here. Yeah, they're like the little kids on little boats. Look at that. They can go out on 20 knots, 25 knots. Or we could go. You can see the little opties. Oh, it's furling. Okay. So look at these little opties here, right in front of us. Yeah, I see that. Well, we're down to 15, 16 knots now. That's not too bad. Because we're probably the lee of those homes there. So the buildings are probably interfering with the wind. Inside, and the wind is Actually, it's still blowing, but it's so much controlled here. It's almost like feels like there's no wind, but it's still blowing 17 knots. But it's like no wind. 17 knots and feels nothing. Okay, usually when we do this run here on the channel here, we're going on a run. And now we're on a beat. That is so strange. To be on a beat, healing, coming down this channel here. Okay, so now it's peaceful. We're coming into the main channel here. We're gonna take our sail down over there. Very windy still here. Very windy, still 20 knots. It's gonna be a problem trying to get into the slip with the wind pushing you away from the dock. But at least we're here now. The last maneuver I'm going to worry about is getting into the dock, getting into the slip, which is an end tie, with the wind pushing us at 20 knots away from the dock. Maybe it won't be 20 knots where we are. Maybe we'll be in the lee of a building or something. I'll find out soon. Talking about the wind coming in, pushing you away from the dock. So that's going to be the challenge. I'll let you know what happens after. I probably can't video it while it's happening. I'm in the lee of the building here, so it looks like it's going to be okay.
So I'm on the star nuclear in the agency. Get her done. Get her done.
Okay.
Spring line is made.
Okay, spring line's made, so now I'll go forward and it should bring me to the dock, which it is doing.